Hi, Tifosuke. Interesting. Your audio is muted and I can't hear you. Do you want to come up louder? Hi, hi, Toke. Can you hear me? Hello.
That guy was like conductor.
Hi, Bube. Hello. Hi, guys. I can't hear you. Bube, are you there? Hi, Bube.
Hey, it's Sam, Samuel
Hi.
Ogazi.
Hi, Sam.
Good evening. Glad to be here. I
You're
will need to
welcome.
mute my microphone so I don't distract you or the rest of the class.
All right, no problem, no problem.
All right, thank
Waiting
you.
for other people. Can you just hit all people in the group to tell them that you're here online?
I need to plug in my headset. I just
All right.
I'm waiting for my taxi. I'm going home.
All right.
Sorry, let me plug in my headset. I can hear you properly. Although sometimes when I plug in these headset, people don't hear me again.
Okay. Hi, Olulola. I trust you're great. How you doing? Your audio is muted, Olulola. I can't hear you. I'll wait for a couple of people. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can.
Okay. Let me mute my microphone.
So yeah, I'll make you for there now. Hello.
Okay, I can hear you.
Olulola, I can't hear you. Lola, hi, your Paul. Olu, it's nice to see you. Hi, everyone. Trust you're doing great. It's time. It's time. I've been waiting for this for a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to just ignore this big image behind me. This is the Malian. I'm not the Malian. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? So today, one thing, interesting thing I decided to do was just throw away my slides. I just talk to you guys like your friends. I'm sure that majority of these people who will be watching this are my friends who will be on this webinar. So I decided to just throw every slide that I have away, just to be able to connect on a deeper note with everyone, and it feels like as if we are just chatting. So I just wanted to be able to know that if you can hear me, let's just go to the chat section and just send me hi. Let me know that you can hear me clear and loud. I can see blessings on now. And I can see Ibube, I can see Olushola, I can see Paul. Who else is coming on board? It's about to go down. I trust that this is going to be an amazing, amazing webinar. Just wanted to be sure that you can hear me. If you can hear me, hit me up in the chat session. Just click the word chat. Okay, Paul, I can see your response. Hello, Paul. Olulola, I might have to mute you there. Blessing. So let's just tell people in the group that we are live already. I want you to be able to do it. Whilst I've said it in the group, I want you also to be able to say it to people that we are live or we're about to go down. Okay, Bube, you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, Bube. Nice, thank you. By the way, it's actually on the road. So thank you. I really appreciate it, bro. I really do appreciate it. So one of the things I've always wanted to do for a very, very, very long time. Thank you, Paul. I can see your chat in the group already. One of the things I've always wanted to do for a very long time is this thing that I'm actually doing. My obsession and my story has always been the fact that I've always wondered what made the rich rich and what made the poor poor. I've always wondered that gap, that variance between the people who don't have to worry about money and the people who have to worry about it. So I've always just tried to go ahead and find out what do these guys do who don't ever worry about money? What makes them not ever worry about money? What strategies are in place? Is it luck? I for a person, I've never believed in luck. So when I see people who are just too rich, who are just affluent, I mean, I admire them. By the way, I'm a huge fan of Donald Trump. So if anyone here is that I'm a Donald Trump fan, my apologies to that, but I am because I love people who are well there. Just admire whatever they do. And I'm not talking about those people who are in the Lucky Spam Club. I'm talking about those who worked their butts up to becoming in the Forbes list, in the Times Magazine list, and those people who have just been able to explicitly do one great thing on the other. I can see Oladimeji, welcome. I can see Buki, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. It's the live webinar. More money, less time. More money, less time. As I was sharing that, seeing people who just have never worried about money inspires me to know that there is actually a world where people can never worry about money. All right, you're welcome, World Changer. You're welcome. It's good to see you. You seem to be in the dark, but thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And so just the fact that there is a world where people never have to worry about money, and that world is the world that I want to get us into. It's a journey. It's a journey for most of us, a journey from where finances are a problem to a journey where you begin to take care of your finances, to a journey where that you become financially secure and you become financially independent, and eventually you become financially free. So we are going from a journey of financial insecurity to a journey of financial freedom, to a journey of financial freedom. So I hope that this will be an amazing webinar. Timmy, I can see you. Thanks for joining. Some people are just coming and going off. I guess that they're trying to sort out issues with their network. But you're welcome, Timmy. Glad to see you here. Blessing, you're welcome. And in just a few minutes, we'll be the road. And so that journey of knowing exactly what people would do, people who are not in the Lucky Spam Club, people who just inherit billions, people who work their butts up to the very top by. So question was to say, are there particular strategies that these guys employed? What did these guys do? Is it that they are way more intelligent than I? Or is it that there's something they know about? Is that just simply because they're in a better economy? What exactly had helped these guys to reach the top of their of financial freedom? You see some of them. Whilst our parents have said to us, David, do you think money ever grew on trees? And that question has always lingered in my heart whilst I was a child. And so my parents would say to me, money doesn't grow on trees. And I always wanted things, but I could see other people who money was never their problem. But here I am, my parents are saying to me, money doesn't grow on trees. And I'm, are you telling me that? But people are never worrying about money. So that curiosity developed in me whilst I was young as a child. And I promise that I will never be financially insecure. Money will never be a problem. Once I found out that there is a world, and I want you to believe this, I want you to write this down. There is a world where money is never a problem. There is a world where people never have to worry about what to do with money or whether their vision can be accomplished with money or without money. And so it's that world that we are going on a journey to. It's a journey we are all going to. I'm obviously on that journey with you guys. But I'm sure it's going to be quite a very challenging, adventurous, but interesting journey also. And so I will just be taking us through that interesting. But this is the very first thing I would like to say to us. Now, we're starting very good. And like I said, I threw away my slides because I wanted to have a very intimate communication session with us and not sound like a presentation, but more of a conversation, because very soon, Blessing, you said you can't hear me. Well, if you can hear me, let me know you can hear me, please. Timmy, can you hear me? All right. I'm not sure why you can't hear me, Blessing. Okay, Timmy, you can hear me, okay. Thank you. So I'm not sure, but you can maybe just try and increase the volume or mute me from your end. But I'm sure that Timmy can hear me. A few other people also can hear me. Okay, welcome, Judith. And so this is where I will start from. It's a question. I want you to answer this question very, very clearly. And if you have not answered this question, then somewhere before now, sometime before now, then it's a question that you need to answer. And the question is, do you actually have you ever desired to be financially free? That's a question I put to you. Have you ever desired to be financially free? Is it a wish for you, or is it a conscious thought, a conscious effort that you're working towards? What strategies have you put in place to know that I will be financially free? You see, there are 3 levels of wants, or rather 3 levels of wishes. And the first level, all right, okay, so Timmy saying to me, whoever can get to put on the mic. And so there are 3 levels of financial freedom. The first level is, I want to be rich. I think it's a nice idea, right? It's a nice idea. A lot of people want to be rich. They think it's a nice idea. And that's good for them, right? And so, some other people also wish to be rich. That's a different level to say, I wish to be rich. I want to be rich. I want to be rich. And some people say that I desire to be rich, and that's a burning desire. One of the greatest all-time financial books of all time, it's the book Think and Grow Rich. That book talks about a burning desire that everyone who has attained that level of financial freedom has. It's a burning desire, an absolutely burning desire to be rich. And so the next level of it, which is the 4th level and the final level, is a conclusion level. To say, I know I'll be rich. It's not, so I'm not arguing with Paul. I'm not arguing with Blessing. I'm not arguing with Oladimeji or Anna or Timmy. I'm not arguing with anyone whether I'll be rich. I know for certain that I'll be rich. And that's a conclusion level. And so you see many of these incredible rich people, and I like to use the name Donald Trump because I'm a huge fan of Trump. Trump, if you read his books, he has no doubt that he will be rich. You see, one of the richest men in the United States, Warren Buffett, who I actually adore, never doubted the fact that I would be rich. It was just a matter of time. He was so certain, and that certainty actually got him financial freedom. And so that level of conclusion that I know that I'll be rich, it's that level that you have to get to. Because if you have not concluded that you'll be rich, then you will not be ready for the different obstacles and obstructions and resistance that will come your way. I dare say to you right now, Emmanuel, I have to meet you. Oh, sorry. Emmanuel, okay. I dare say to you right now that until you have concluded that, I think I've lost my chain of thought, but I'm sure that you guys are still. Until that you have concluded that you'll be rich, then things cannot really work out for you, because this is it. There's a ladder going up, there's a mountain going up, and science proves this. Resistance is highest on your way up. And so as you grow up and go up on your way to financial freedom, you'll meet more financial resistance than ever, because resistance is higher, friction is higher on your way up. So if you have not made that conscious choice to be rich, that conscious choice to be wealthy, then when the challenges, when the opposition comes, trust me, you will not be able to fight it. You will not be able to withstand it. And you, like most other people, would crumble. But if you have concluded that regardless of whatever comes my way, regardless of whatever obstacle or rejection or opposition that comes my way, and I dare say to you also, you would experience a lot of no's. I mean, a lot of rejections will come your way. And so if you have not concluded that in your heart, then trust me, you're not yet on your way to financial freedom, because you would experience a lot of rejection, opposition, because it's way difficult to climb a mountain than to come down a mountain, because again, science proves friction is highest at the top. So very quickly, I'd like to share with us the very 3 financial levels. And the first financial level is financial security. Financial security is where your basic needs are covered. And your basic needs are 1, transportation, feeding, housing, and clothing. I come again, your basic needs are feeding, transportation, clothing, and feeding, transportation, clothing, and housing. And those are your very 4 basic needs. As long as those needs are covered, you are set to be financially secured. And now financial security you can be secured for a month, you can be secured for 2 months. And so let me give you an example. if for instance you earn 200,000, and for you to enjoy, for you to be financially secure for 1 month, which means that you have 100,000 that takes care of those four basics of your finances: your security, your house, your home, your feeding, your clothes, your housing, right, and on all that. And once you are secured with that, once you have got that settled, then you are set to be financially secured. So some people right now, if you stop working, the question is, how long are you financially secured for? How long can the amount in your account right now cover for your feeding, cover for your housing, cover for your clothing? How long can it cover that for? And your transportation also. That's the 4 levels of finance. That's the 4 things that entails in financial security. So you have got to realize that. And interestingly, if you don't have an estimate of what financial security means to you, the amount financial security for a month means, then it's something that you need to get done. So you need to ask yourself right now, that's one question you need to ask yourself: how much does it take me to be financially secured per month? How much? Is it 50,000? Is it 100,000? Is it 150,000? So that even if you stop working right now, or you lose a job, or the economy goes bad, or something happens, what would you do? How much would you have in your account that you'll be financially secured? So if 50,000 naira is what requires you to be financially secured in a month, and you have got 200,000 naira in your account, it simply means that you are financially secured for 4 months, right? Do you get that? So if you have got 200,000 in your account, and 50,000 naira is what requires you to be financially okay, which is secured, you are financially secured for 4 months. Do we all get that concept? In comment section, but I guess we all do. And the second level is financial independence. Financial independence is the level where you never have to rely upon somebody doing something before you earn. All right, you don't have to ever rely on anybody. Right now, most of us, and we are all millennials here. I mean, most of us here are in our 20s or 30s, and so to some certain level, we rely on the fact that somebody has to do this, somebody has to do that, for us to be able to enjoy the level of financial independence. And so financial independence is that level, it's the next stage in the financial ladder. It's the next stage where, first of all, you are financially secure. And financial security is the basics. You have got to be financially secured. And it's risky if anyone here on this platform right now does not know how much it takes you to be financially secured, more or less, and you don't even know for how long you can be financially secured for. So I'm saying to you right now that you should know how much it takes to be financially secured and how long you are financially secured for, right? Because trial times will come. Many things might come, you can never tell. But as long as you are financially secured, then things will go out amazingly well. Trust me, things will go out amazingly well. And so financial freedom is financial independence, where you never have to worry about money. Never have to worry about what somebody does, whether you earn or you're not earn. It's not dependent on anybody. You're absolutely dependent upon yourself, right? Absolutely dependent on yourself. Nobody has to give you anything. Nobody has to support you. Money is dependent upon you as an individual. And that's the stage that most doctors, lawyers, and accountants are, professionals are, like data scientists and all that. So it's that stage that you need to move next to. That's that level of independence. That's where people need to get to, level of independence. And the final stage is financial freedom. And financial freedom is the sweetest of all stages, because that time you never have to worry about money. Money is the least of your problem. Money is the least of your problem. You have a money tree working for you 24 hours. You see, machine can work 24 hours, but man cannot work 24 hours. So I think it was Warren Buffett that said, if every time you have to work for money, if every time that you have to work for money, and that's all that's when you earn money, then you'll be financially insecure. You will be financially insecure. So my point to you is this: you have got to create a monetary. I'm quite a bit distracted. I'm sure you probably are noticing that because a few people are coming into my room and just trying to chat with me when I'm actually dispelling them. And so you've got to get to a stage that even whilst you are sleeping, money is working for you. You see, there are two kinds of people in the world. One, there are people who money is working for them. And the second level of people is people who are working for money, right? And the question is, which stage are you? Are you in the stage where you are working for money or money is working for you? And see, if you are in the stage where you are working for money, then you're in a state they call a rat race, which means every time you work for money, you are going to continue working for money the next month. You're going to continue working for money the following month. And it goes on and on and on and on. And you see, they say something about desire, they say something about the human wants. It's insatiable. So if, for instance, let's say you're working for money and now your salary is 100,000 naira. By the time and your expenses is 80K or 90K per month, by the time they increase your salary to 150K per month, guess what? You know what happens? Once your desires grow up to 130K, 140K per month. So the human needs are insatiable. So you have got to realize is that a raise in salary is not necessarily it does not give you financial freedom. It doesn't give you financial freedom. Whilst here, it can make you look rich, but there's a difference between looking rich and actually being rich. And the goal is actually to be rich. Don't forget that the goal is actually to be rich. So remember the three levels. The first level is financial security. The second level is financial independence. And the third level is financial freedom. Financial freedom. And I'd like you to know this. There's one quite very interesting statistic, and you could just Google it. Google it. By the way, oh, you can't see my shirt. Film also. This is powered by Google. I'm a big Google fan, and actually I've been looking for Google. And so, one of the most interesting statistics out there as regards millennials. Millennials are people who are Gen Y, this Generation Y, people who just born before the millennium. That's people in their 1990s or 1980s. I'm sure you understand what millennials are. Is that the biggest fear for millennials is not having enough money or being broke. It's the biggest fear. Everyone is scared of the fact that I want a job because I don't want to look broke. I want to be happy. And they think that financial freedom or getting money would give them happiness, which is not necessarily true. Of course, by now, a few of us here on this platform knows that just getting money cannot even necessarily, does not translate to happiness. So that's one of the very biggest fears of millennials. And it's also the biggest fear of baby boomers is retiring and never having enough money to cater for themselves till they die. So it's said that over 60% of millennials, the money in their account, or baby boomers rather, that's people who are in the 60s, 70s, who are retired or about to retire, the money in their account will finish before they die. Right? So that's why their biggest fear for baby boomers, that's the generation of baby boomers, is money finishing before they die. And so you see that people's fear is not even death. People's fear is not even just public speaking. People's fear is not just accident. People's fear is not even hell, not world war. Their fear is money. And that's because money is the only thing that even compares, that the Bible can compare to God, not even the devil. Because that's how powerful money is. Money is such a powerful tool. The Bible makes it very clear. Of course, I'm not trying to be religious here. The only thing that scriptures ever made abundantly clear is that money is the only thing. Money answers all things. So money is quite very important. And I don't want you to get caught in that web of the fact that I'm religious, I don't have to bother about money. Trust me. The more money you have, the more happy you'll become. And you know that by now. I'm sure that's why you're in this webinar. So getting your finances sorted is not optional. If you desire to reach your full potential and be happy, right, you have got to get your finances sorted. I just want to be sure that everyone is hearing me clear and loud. Again, please just comment and just be in the comment section. I'd like to see you. I can read all that you guys are saying. Amazing. Thank you very much. So getting the fact that you know that you are taking care of finances. Take care of your finances, and guess what? Your finances will eventually take care of you. So 3 things that nobody can do for you very quickly. I just like to go with that. 3 basic things nobody can do for you. Nobody can sleep for you, right? No matter how tired you are, I can't say to Timmy, I can't say to Buki, please can you just sleep for me? I'll be fine. Nobody can sleep for you. So I want you to know that you have got to. And the second thing actually is nobody can learn from you. Nobody can learn from you. So the first thing is nobody can eat for you. Nobody can sleep for you. Nobody can learn for you. And finally, as regards to this course, nobody can take care of your finances for you. Whilst yes, there are people they call brokers, but a quote by Robert Kiyosaki says that they are called brokers because they are actually broker than you. Brokers are actually not, they are not entrepreneurs, they are employers, they are working for other organizations. So when you say you have a broker, yes, somebody who's taking care of your finances, it's called a broker. And they actually brokers that you're actually employed, and their interest is not necessarily you, their interest is what? The organization and themselves. So you have got to know that taking care of your finances is basically and something that it's absolutely your responsibility to do. And so that takes me up to the very next level, which is just that idea of a monetary. And you see, and this seminar, just to remind you again, this webinar is titled More Money, Less Time, and it's talking about 3 strategies to reach your financial goals in 2020. The very first strategy is called the power of information. The second strategy is the power of asset allocation, and the third strategy is the power of compounding. Trust me, I will go into that very shortly, but I just wanted to have that at the back of your mind. The first strategy is power of information, which is what I'm literally sharing with you now. And part of it I'll also share by the time we come into that session. But just know that information is the new goal. Of course, I'm sure that you know that already. Just your level of information that comes to you, that you work on, that you work with, will absolutely, to a very large extent, determine how wealthy or how rich that you become in life. So this idea of monetary, and I just placed it out there in the group, and it caused a very interesting conversation in the group. I mean, rather, people have sent me private messages to say, yeah, explain what do you mean by monetary? What do you mean that by your job cannot take care of your finances? So let me just very frank with you. You see, like I said earlier on, my parents had said to me, do you think that money grows on the tree? And I felt like money actually grew on the tree because people are actually not doing anything and are making money. Legit or not, Yahoo boys. But I mean, people, I'm sure you know that, right? And so I'm like, oh, what do I have to do? How do these guys do this? And I studying critically, financially astute people who are just incredible and never have money problems. Studying them, I saw something that is very unique to all of them, very common to all of them, and it's that they have a money-making machine working for them. But I decided to use that, call that money-making machine a money tree. And money-making machine, sorry, it's not the same thing as MM. I'm sure some people know that. I know a few of you who lost money during that Ponzi scheme, but money-making machine is not the same thing as MM. A money tree is something, it's a philosophy that I want you to understand. I want you to get a technique. And this is what a money tree is. You know, just like an orange seed that you plant it to the ground. By the time you plant an orange seed, because you want an orange tree, you plant it, you water it, you take care of the soil around it, you do everything possible to make sure that that seed does not die, that seed grows and goes into fruition, right? And so when you do all that, you realize, you discover that you get to a state that you no longer ever have to take care of your of that tree. The tree by itself keeps growing, keeps blossoming, and in its own season by itself, without you watering it, without you taking care of it or weeding it or doing anything at all, and that tree naturally by itself in its own season produces oranges. Even if you don't even intend to get those oranges, the oranges by itself will fall down from the tree. And it's a phenomenal, it's natural. You have to do nothing about that. It happens just by itself. So the idea here, guys, is that's what a money tree does also. When you take care of your finances, you have your constant strategy in place, a strategy that you follow through. Like I said, we talked about the 3 strategies. You have a plan that you follow in place, in details. And you know the thing about plans can be very, very, very boring. And so, but once you follow this plan in details every month, every year, and you keep watering your money tree, it will get to a stage that your money tree, in its own accord, would produce money for you. And you see, there's an interesting thing about trees. You see, every part of a tree is important, is useful. So a tree itself as a wood can be used for furniture, can be used to do many other incredible things like can use sheets, right? Can be used for many different things. Of course, we know that the tree itself, the oranges itself, the fruit itself can take care of you, gives you nutrients, give you vitamins and all that, right? The leaves can be used. People in the herbal worlds actually use the fruits, the leaves very well. Every part, even the roots of that tree can be used. So you see, there's an interesting thing about tree. Every part of a tree can be used, and that's the same thing with the money tree. A money tree itself can be liquidated. So let me give you an example, and I think I've given an example of money tree. One example of a money tree, which is arguably, in my opinion, the best of all form of money trees, is real estate. Um, Real estate itself, and by real estate I mean a rental apartment or a rental or anything around that area that you rent your house out, you build a house, right? Maybe 6 bedroom flats. You probably don't stay in it, most likely. And that's another thing that you must be able to recognize the difference in assets and liabilities. And you rent all these 6 flats out. Every year, as long as people are staying in it, whether you do nothing at all, whether you take care of it at all or not, money will come in from rentals. And that's what the money tree is. So every month, money is coming in. Every year, money is coming in. Maybe your rent is, the rent you're collecting that you charge them is 500,000 naira per flat. So for 6 flats, you have 3 million naira coming into your account every year. And that's a passive income. That's the tree in its own season. Remember that analogy of the fruit. It's coming in its own season by itself. By the time that the rent is due, it comes by itself, it blossoms by itself, right? But that real estate, that building itself, it's also a tree, remember, right? And so that tree can also be liquidated, can also produce money. Unlike a job gives you money every month. Remember, it's not a money tree. And I call it a job a Christmas tree, actually, because that's what it is. But I'll explain that concept very quickly. So you see, a money tree does not require you, like I said, and it also can be sold, can also be liquidated. Itself, it's money. And so your job is not money. Your job, you cannot pass over your job to your children. You can pass over your business to your children. You can pass over your real estate to your children, your stocks to your children, your bonds to your children, even Bitcoin to your children. But you cannot pass over your job that an employer gave unto you to your children. So it's not a money tree in any ways. And guys, don't think I am in any way against the job. Guess what, guys? I still work. But money is not the reason why you should take care of a job. Money should not be the reason. But this course is not a career professional course. It's just a money course. So I will not go so much in why you should take up a job. But trust me, money should never be the reason why you should take up any job. Else, you will find yourself in that rat race. That rat race of you want more money, your needs increases, your desires increases, your aspiration increases, and you go from any more, and now you have more responsibility, and it keeps going and keeps going, and you can get to a stage that you actually cannot stop working because you need the monthly income that comes from your paycheck, right? So a money tree is not your job. I gave you a very perfect example of real estate. Another thing that is a money tree is businesses. I want to be sure you guys can hear me clear and loud. Just want to be sure that can Blessing hear me? Can Ayo hear me? Can Emmanuel hear me? Anna, can you hear me? Can Judith hear me? Can Oladimiji hear me? I just want to be sure, just in the comment section. I want to be sure that I'm not talking to myself, right? Because I'm not used to not conversing with people. That's why I actually threw away my slides to say, okay, let me just connect and communicate with people naturally. And please, let's just remind people, we have over 100 people in that group. And then we're not actually seeing all of them here. So let's just remind people that the webinar is up and loud. And so the next level I actually want to go to is, and I threw up that question. I'm sure I threw up that question in the class, in the group, is that, was there ever a time that money was scarce? I'm sorry, there was an avalanche of money, rather, that's the word. Was there ever a time that there was so much money that money was never a problem, that people said, today I have too much money. Was there ever a time the statement that times are hard was never used? Just think about it. That's to tell you that money is one thing that people consistently will seek and consistently will want and consistently will be actually there's a 80-20 rule, 80-20% rule that you must actually know that 20% of 80% of the money is with 20% of the people. I'm sure you know that by now. If you don't, that's a very good information for the notes. 80% of the money is with 20% of the people. So 20% of the people in the world control 80% of the money in the world. And so you realize that for some people, money had always been a problem. For some people, money had never been a problem. Some people, money was a problem for them, and they went on to the stage that money was never a problem. So you realize that money is actually not the problem. It's not the economy that is the problem. There was a time that it was $1 to 150 naira, and to some people, money was not their problem then. To some other people, money was their problem. Now it's now $1 to 365, 362 naira, and for some people, money is still never a problem, and to some people, money is still a problem. So the economy is not really the problem. I want you to just zero that out of your mind. Money is really never the problem for some people. It's the fact that you are not taking care of your finances. You don't really understand what a monetary is. You have not consciously built a monetary. And I dare say this to you, that if after this webinar, you are not asking yourself this question, how do I create my own monetary? Then it's all a waste of time that you're in this webinar. In fact, you're not ready to be financially free, because you look from Dangote or Ted Dollar to Bill Gates, to Warren Buffett, to Donald Trump, to Warren Sanders, to all billionaires and multi-millionaires, Robert Kiyosaki. They all have a money-making machine, which I call the monetary, right? So you must make sure that it's a goal for you. In 2020, my goal is to have a monetary, to start setting up. And that's what you can do now, to set up your monetary such that you are stocks, you are buying shares, you're buying stocks, you're buying bonds, you're buying ETFs, mutual funds, treasury bills, investing in real estate here and there, you're investing in farm produce, or you're creating various forms of investment for yourself that you can put money in. Trust me, we'll get into that stage later. Trust me, I'll open us up to some very interesting investment opportunities that will literally legit blow your mind. Trust me. I just wanted you to take note of that the economy is not the problem. It's not a problem. It's not whether you're in Nigeria that's a problem, or whether you're in Canada it's a problem. And I don't want you to get caught up in that web of money, of I want more money. Don't look for money, rather look to create a monetary. You see, nobody can ever starve for oranges if you have a monetary. An orange tree, because you already have oranges coming for you every time. So money will never be a problem if you have a monetary. And you see, it's not just about creating one monetary, it's about creating monetaries, right? I'd put up whilst Timmy and I were chatting in the group as regards this monetary thing, I said, if you desire to be, like the rhyme, right? I'm sure Timmy remembers, that if you desire to be financially free, you require money, a monetary. So don't forget that line. If your goal is to be financially free, then a monetary is a necessity. And that's what this whole webinar is all about, because that's the number one secret of all billionaires and multi-millionaires, is that they have a monetary. I know somebody, she's a mentor to me, her name is Tara Filadri. Tara Filadri took a break from House of Tara for 10 months plus. That's about a year. And she was not in her company. She owns House of Tara, by the way, you don't know. And money was never the problem. Why? Because she had a monetary. What's a monetary? A monetary is a business. So one of the things I did not mention, that one of the things that a monetary is a business. And what a business is, a big business. There are two kinds of business. There's a self-employed business, a business where you have probably 50, 100 people working for you. But there's another kind of business called a big business. That is not dependent on people, it's dependent upon the structure. You already have a ready-made system a structure working for you. That's, for example, what House of Tara is, what Amazon is, what Microsoft is. Now, Bill Gates does not have anything to do with Microsoft anymore. He's not even the highest shareholder in Microsoft. I'm sure that's an interesting fact for some of you to know that. Bill Gates does not have the highest shares in Microsoft right now. It's not the number one, so he does not have the highest votes even in Microsoft. But he has a big business working for him. So you see, as of Tara, Tara has a big business working for her. A staff of over 500 people, close to 1,000 people working for her. And that's what the money trade is. So whilst, yes, you can be an employer, you can also have a side business that grow a side business. You can buy stocks, you can buy shares, bonds, and all those things that I've mentioned, and even Bitcoin. But we'll talk about that very shortly. So I want to say to you this, that financial education is not, it's not something you can joke with. You said there was, and what type of business? We'll come to that question later. Judith, can you please hold that thought? I can't really see that, but we'll come to that, Judith, later. So taking care of your finances and having financial education, it's a necessity. Please don't joke with it at all. Don't even joke with it. Just take care of it. Get financial education, because money is not what will make you financially free. I want you to know that. Financial education is what leads to financial freedom, not money. Because you can have more money and have more debt. You can have more money and more liabilities, right? But if you have financial education, you would know how to take a loan and turn a loan to an asset that creates your money tree. That's an incredible good thing. See, so money is not, a loan is not a problem. So you see some people say, don't take loans. I don't believe in such myths, fantasies. Why not? If you can take a loan and you spend it on an investment, man, that's a good deal. I'll give you a very quick example, and which is something we'll still talk about later in this webinar. And by the way, just in case this webinar ever goes off, please reconnect back. We'll be live back just in case it ever goes off. So imagine you do an investment for the ROI, the return on investment is 35% in 6 months. And you can afford to borrow 35% in 6 months. I think that's a good deal, isn't it? And you can afford to borrow money from the bank. Currently, the bank gives at the rate of 21% per year. And so even if the investment you are doing is 35% per year, remember I said 6 months, but even if it's 35% per year, and you borrowed money from the bank at 21% interest rate, so which means you already have 14%, which is your money. 14%, that is your money. All you did was borrow money from the bank, and with the bank's money, you have made 14%. And 14% is a huge amount. So 14% can be 14 million. 14% can be 14,000. 14% can be 140,000. It can be anything. Point is, it depends on how much you borrow from the bank, isn't it? So point is, borrowing money is not a bad concept. The question is, what are you borrowing money for? And all this concept, all this psychology, all these strategies are things that I hope that we are filtering in our mind. We're not just taking what people are saying to us, what people who are not financially free, what our parents have said to us, what baby boomers have said to us. You need a job, don't ever take a loan, don't start a business, whatever those things that they have said to us out of fear, right? We must realize and know those things. Financial freedom it comes from having a money tree. And by the way, money tree is an asset. It's one thing I've not said. I know I explained the concept that a money tree is something you can also sell. That's why it is also an asset. All right, that creates positive cash flow. Don't forget that word. Positive cash flow. There's a game called I don't remember the name of the game now. Cash Flow 101 and Cash Flow 102. It's by 202 rather. By somebody I revere. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. Just in case you are not reading Robert Kiyosaki's books, please, you need to read those books. And I recommend 3 books that you should read. And anyone who is going on the journey to financial freedom must read. The first book is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Right? It's an incredible book that everyone here that wants to become financially free must read. And second book is The Richest Man in Babylon. Man, one of the words that you don't ever forget that it's every money I earn, a part of every money I earn is mine to keep. I can't remember that particular word, but there's a line about that. A part of all that I earn is mine to keep. That's an incredible line I can never forget, ever. And the third book, of course, is Rich Dad Poor Dad. You should also read that book. And so I was talking about financial education. Money is not what gives you financial freedom. It's financial education. Financial, and that, I think that's a good thing for your notes. A good thing for your notes. Financial education, what guarantees financial freedom. Can I hear somebody say that? Okay, we are all muted. No problem. Financial education is what guarantees financial freedom. Now, one of the things that I hate a lot is what I've just done. Is I've talked for too long, right? And so I'll be showing you now practical strategies that you need to do and take in the year 2020 to build your money tree and to guarantee that you reach your 2020 financial goals. I don't know what your 2020 financial goals are, but I'm sure you know them. And so these strategies, by the time that you take them, they would blow your mind and help you hit that financial goal like you can never imagine. And by the way, so like I said, I threw away my slides, so I will get a pen. My laptop happens to be a touch screen, so I'll get a pen. I'll write on my screen. I'll share my screen. You would see it, and it's going to be an amazing. So the very first strategy I'd like to share with us is the power of information. Power of information. Interesting, yeah. Thank you very much. I saw that. The very first strategy I'd like to share with us is the power of information. Power of information. This is one thing that you must know about information. Information is incredible in the generation that we're in. We are moved from the generation where people who were in power were people who had lands, to people who had big corporations. But now we are now in a generation where people just with information rule the world. I don't know whether you've heard about passion profits, or you've heard about email marketing, all those businesses on digital marketing. They are solely information driven. All they do is sell you information. And there are guys who are making 6 figures monthly from just selling information. So information is, if there's any business you can start by a side, as a side also, is information business. What are you passionate about? What can you teach people about? What can you tell people about? And you can sell, trust me, thousands of people out there that would be interested in that information that you already have. And so that's an information business. So I'm talking about the power of information. And as regards financial education, as regards financial freedom, the power of information that you need to know, which I've also shared in the group, is that savers are losers. And that's very against the norm. It's almost like, guy, what are you saying? Why should I not save my money? But it's the truth. Savers are losers. And I'm going to show this from very basic concepts. So I'm going to take you to my browser right now. I'm going to show you what the current inflation rate is. You're going to see this, and you're going to tell me what you think about this. I want you to tell me what you think about it in here. Right? The current inflation rate in Nigeria is a whopping 11.85%, right? Which means your purchasing power for your money is every month, every year, is consistently decreasing. And so you are saving money in the bank, but actually the money that you put in the bank is actually decreasing. So the question is, how much could you get a bag of rice 6 months ago? How much can you get a bag of rice now? How much can you get a laptop 6 months ago? How much can you get that same laptop now? Is it more expensive? So you must be able to realize and understand these things. That's what, I'm looking your last side. I'm supposed to look here, right? And so you must know that inflation is eating up your money. And so the next question is, what's the current interest rate? And let me just use Access Bank. Access Bank gives an interest rate of 4.05% per annum. Can we also please see my screen? I'd like to know if you can see my screen, please.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Thank you. All right. So I'll go to GT Bank. I think GT Bank is the next. GT Bank is another popular bank that everyone uses. What's this? Let me use First Bank. So First Bank has an interest rate of 3.6% per year. First Bank has an, so which means your money is actually, like I said, if the interest rate is 11% per year and your interest rate is 3.6% per year, then you're losing about 7-8% every year. Your money is being devalued. And whilst 8% is just basic maths, like 11 minus 6, 11 minus 3, however, trust me, it's way more than that. And I said 200%, but somebody who's watching me right now, that fact is to say, hey, young man, don't say 200%. I think that's complex. But I think I'll just leave it as saying 800%. So the concept of the fact that you should never save your money is one concept that I hope that you get very clearly right now. The only reason why you should ever put your money in a bank is the fact that you want to be able to collect a loan from the bank. And that's what wealthy people do. Their money is in the bank because they will use that money to get loans from the bank. Dangote is building a refinery, the largest refinery in Africa. And it's all banks' money, it's all people's money, investment money. The bank right now, Access Bank is pouring money into it, GT Bank is pouring money into it. Diamond, okay, they are merged now. Diamond Bank and Access Bank are merged. They are pouring money into it. And it's all the bank's money. Point is, the only reason why that you should save your money in a bank is because you're going to collect a loan from the bank to be able to do an investment, right? Not for liability, a loan to be able to do an investment, guys.
So the money is collateral.
Exactly, you get that. The money is collateral. Interesting. Who said that? Okay, so Judith, interesting. Thank you very much. And so the next stage is the fact that, so the question is, if I don't put my money in the bank, where should I put my money? There is something they call treasury bill. For some of us, I think we already know iInvest. It's an investment platform, an app by Sterling Bank. There is PiggyVest, there's Crowdy, there's Cowrywise, and all that. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments. Okay, and there are other platforms where you can put your money and can be able to liquidate your money in less than 30 minutes, 5 minutes if you need your money. And those ones will give you interest of 100% per annum. And while it seems low, small, but at least your money is not going down in value. You are getting an interest. So, for instance, I put 100,000 naira in Piggy Bank. Piggy Bank gives me an interest about 700 naira or 800 naira per month, right? And the thing is that, unlike banks, if I put my money in UBA, for instance, UBA is going to give me 142 naira because I know that UBA is going to give me 142 naira per month. And sometimes they might not want to even give me. I used to wonder why they don't give me, but I don't really care. Question is this. Interesting, they used to forget. So I'm saying to you guys that don't ever put your money in the bank. Sorry, Judith, I had to mute you. Apologies for that. The reason why you put your money in the bank is because you want to use your money as a collateral for more money to be able to invest in other business. So the power information here is that money loses value. Money, like I said in one of the newsletters that I put up in the group, is that money is only a means of exchange. It's in a book called Fake by Robert Kiyosaki. He explains that now money is just fake. It's fake. People are clouded in that web of I want more money. But the truth is, more money will not necessarily solve the problem. And money also would be valued in time. So if I kept 100,000 naira in the bank 5 years ago, it most likely still be 100,000 naira today. Or maybe with interest, maybe 100,000 naira, 105,000 naira, 5,000 naira for what? The thing is, with that is, once you put your money in the bank like that, somebody is using your money to make more money. Because if you understand it, that any accounting student said they will agree with me here, that the only way banks sustain and make more money is the fact that they give loans to other people who make more money and pays the back interest. Do you understand? That it's a system, it's a cycle. It's a circle, right? So by putting your money in the bank, somebody is making way more money with your money and here you're getting peanuts. I was talking to a friend of mine. She works in Access Bank, and she was saying to me how that there is a fixed deposit account that pays you 0.03% per month. That's rubbish. For putting your money in the bank, that's nonsense. Sorry, per year, per annum, 0.03%. Why would you put your money there when you can invest your money? So I want you to remember this. We are still on the power of information. Putting your money in a bank makes you lose your money. And that's the very first step I want you to remember. You're losing your money by devaluation. The purchasing power of your money is consistently going down. Remember, other countries are printing more money, which is one thing I said. And so because other countries are printing more money, your money is going down. And for most of us in this webinar right now, apart from probably Anna, we're all in Nigeria. And we are a consuming country, so which means Nigeria is consuming more than it's producing. So therefore, naturally, don't shout down Buhari. Don't be angry at Buhari when very soon the dollar will go from $1 to 400 naira. It's going to happen. Why is it going to happen? Because we're a consuming nation. It's basic. It's pure economics. There's nothing difficult about that to understand. It's going to keep happening. We will still get to a state where a dollar is to 500 naira, a dollar to 600 naira, a dollar to 650 naira. It's going to happen. So if you don't have your financial education right in place, and that's why you must also learn how to invest with FX. You must learn how to invest with FX. It's not, if financial freedom is your forte, is what you want, then you must learn to go global with investing. You must learn to make sure that you're investing in FX, or else money will consistently be a problem. Remember, I've said to you this, that there was never a time where money was in abundance. There was never that time, right? I'm sure we remember that. So therefore, the power of information says to you that your money is the value. Therefore, putting your money in the bank is the least thing you should do. It's the last thing you should do. Your money should only be in the bank as a collateral when you want to invest more money, when you want to use to get a loan to be able to invest. I'm sure that we all got that point. FX as forex trading, yeah, forex trading, yeah, but then FX also just investing in foreign currency. That's basically what I meant, anyways. And so power of formation is that your money always loses value every month. But if you divide 11% by 12, you discover that your money is losing value at a rate of 0.9% per month. So almost 1%, your money is losing value. And by the time you get to the power of compounding, which is a third strategy, you realize that in a space of 10 years, 1% can be a difference of up to 10 million naira. Trust me, 1%. And it seems 1%, oh, and because my money is just losing value 1%. You would realize by the time we get to that power of compounding, that stage, that 1% in compounding effect in 10 years, in 20 years, can be a difference in 20 million naira, 50 million naira. And I'm not trying to hype you. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just trying to say to you, with Dangote's refining, there might be hope for Nigeria. Don't scare us. Okay. Okay. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm just trying to say to you this, that it's a reality. Prepare for the worst. You see, there's a quote that says, Murphy's Law, that says, the worst thing will possibly go wrong at the worst possible time. And always prepare for the worst things. I mean, I probably didn't quote that, right? But the thing is this: whilst you want the best to happen, you're hoping for the very best, also prepare for the worst. So there's a possibility here, everybody. Yeah? There's a possibility that Nigeria, and it's an higher possibility that a dollar will be $1 to 600 naira. So I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying to you, it's a possibility. If you had said to anybody 30 years ago that when a dollar was equal to 133 naira, so a naira was more than a dollar 30 years ago. If you had said to anybody then that right now in Nigeria the dollar is 130 to 130, they would say no. But I'm not trying to scare. I'm just trying to tell us reality. I'm not an optimist. I'm a realist. I'll tell you the truth. I'm not the pessimist. I'm not trying to say to you guys, hey, I'm scared, doom is coming. I'm just trying to say to us the basic reality, what can happen. All right, moving on. So now the power of asset allocation. And the power of asset allocation is actually my favorite. So I said to us this, in the power of formation, that we must learn to save money. Can we all see my dashboard quickly? Interesting. So sorry, give me a minute. Or else my laptop will go. Give me a minute. Yeah. Give me a minute. Hello? I want to be sure that you can all see my dashboard, my whiteboard. Can we all? I guess we can. So the power of asset allocation says that. So the question now comes from the question of how should I put my money? Where should I put my money? This is where you should always put your money. There are 3 buckets. It's called bucket allocation. 3 buckets. I think there are questions. Let me see the chat. Sorry. Power of asset allocation. Okay. So there are 3 buckets, and that's in terms of asset allocation, where you should put your money. So after that, you have. Remember, we started from the fact that you must know how much you spend for your financial security per what? Per month. If you earn 100,000 naira, how much does it require for you to be financially secure per month? Don't forget that amount. So if it's 70,000 naira, no, it's 80,000. And if you earn 100,000 naira and it requires 120,000 naira for you to be secured per month, there is a problem. I don't have to tell you there's a problem. There is a problem, of course. And this webinar is going to solve that problem. Yeah, it's going to solve that problem. But you must know that you cannot be spending more than you earn. So it's either you cut your expenses or you expand your means. It's either you live below your means or you expand your means. And me, I'm not a fan of living below your means. Billionaires are not, they don't live below their means, they expand their means. So I'm seeking to make sure that you are constantly expanding your means, you're constantly looking for ways to earn more money, get more income. And there are 3 levels of income. I'm sure I'll talk about those levels of income. The first level of income is earned income, second level of income is portfolio income, and third level of income is passive income, right? And so the idea is moving from earned income, converting, not necessarily moving, converting your earned income into portfolio income, and from portfolio income also to passive income. And so now I'm talking about the power of asset allocation. By the time now you have money, by now, note this, and I want you to write this down. Hello guys. I'm not sure you guys can hear me though, but I believe you can. Just can somebody reply me in the comment section so that I know that you can hear me? Okay, yes we can, thank you. All right. So the 3 buckets, make sure that you make investment an expense. That's the goal. If investment is not part of your expenses, then there is no way you're going to be able to save money to be able to invest. And by the way, I'm not even trying to convince you guys to invest. If you want financial freedom, there is no way you can do it without investing. Because investing simply means that money is working for you. Simple. Getting a job simply means you are working for money. Investing means that money is working for you. That's the meaning. And so if financial freedom is what you want, then you must get to the level that, and you see, money is a machine. Money never gets tired. You as a person gets tired. So you can, after 8 hours of working or 12 hours of working, you're already tired. But money has a capacity to be able to work for 24 hours, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 31 days a month, and all 365 days a year, because that's what money can do. It has no life of its own, so it can continue working. But if you are the one working for money, then you're going to be very limited. You must get to see where money is working for you. So I'm not even trying to convince you whether you should invest or not invest. I mean, if financial freedom is what you want, then investing is not an option. It's a must. It must happen, right? So the question should be, how do you invest? And so the number one fear for people for investing is the fact that I will lose my money. And so asset allocation solves, or rather seeks to solve that problem. Asset allocation, and I've just drawn 3 buckets. Asset allocation seeks to solve that problem. And so investment simply means you are exchanging money for securities, or rather, let me use the word, you are exchanging money for assets. You are exchanging money for assets. Unlike what most of us do, we exchange money for liabilities. So when you buy a phone is not necessarily an asset. It's actually a liability because you have to buy a time, you have to power it to charge. If phone, except maybe you're using it to make money. If you're not, then it's a liability. But I don't want to get into all that argument about a phone is an asset or a liability. The point is this, that whatever does not produce income for you is a liability, and whatever produces income for you is an asset. Simple. And so that asset allocation of knowing where to put your money so that it produces money and it mitigates the effect of losing your money, and also make sure that you maximize how much you make and how much you can lose. Because the truth is this, hey guys, I'm a realist. I've told you before that you will not lose money in investing is not possible. It never exists. Listen to Bill Gates, listen to Donald Trump, listen to Zuckerberg, listen to all these massive guys who have made enormous money. They will tell you that you will not lose money. Don't even think about it, because you would. However, what you can do is make sure that you are secured. You have built a wall around you that reduces and mitigates the effect of losing money. Pure and simple. So the very first bucket in investing your money is called the security bucket. Right. Sorry, I can't spell. Yeah. Security bucket. You know, my handwriting is not fine. That's the very first bucket. A security bucket is a bucket whereby that it produces an income. It produces, a ROI. An ROI is called return on investment. That is fairly okay. So like a 10% ROI, return on investment per year, is fair. Whilst to be honest with you, it's not something I would like, but it's fair. And because the lower the return on investment, right, the higher the security. The higher the risks, the higher the ROI, the return on investment. You get? So if you want high security, most likely the return on investment is low, right? So like a treasury bill, a bond, a 10-year federal note, those things are actually the most secure investments you can find out there. Treasury bill, treasury bill, a bond, and a 10-year federal note, right? Those are the most secured investments. They pay about 9% to at a range of 11-13% per year. They're the most secured investments you can find out there. That's where you put your money, a security bucket. And I'll tell you why, very shortly, why a security bucket is needed. The second bucket is it's called a growth bucket. All right, a growth bucket. A growth bucket is where you put your money for compounding. So this gives you a range from a 20%, so a 25% thereabout, to a 50% return on investment. Right, that's what a good bucket is. So where you put your money and in 6 months you can get 50%. In 1 month you can get 50%. That's what a good bucket is. And that's where, when I come to the stage of the power of compounding, you also learn why the good bucket is also called the compounding bucket. That's where you put your money in for long term. Of course, your security bucket can also be compounded, but it's also important that you compound your good bucket. So you put about, and so that's going to be left to you. I'm still going to come to how that you can allocate your assets. And by your assets, I mean this time in terms of your money, where you put how much percentage you put into your security bucket, how much percentage you put into your good bucket, and how much percentage you put into the next bucket is called your explosive bucket. Explosive bucket. An explosive bucket is where you can make, listen, 500% ROI, return on investment, in 1 hour. Trust me, it's possible. And there are people making 500% in 1 day, in 1 month. And that's where you come to Forex. They're called technical trading, technical investments. You see people watching all the stock market, You're trying to observe a bull market, a bear market, you're observing the trends and all that. That's where you come to a return. I mean, that's an explosive bucket. Are we together, guys? I just want feedback to be sure that you guys can hear me. Sorry. How do I get that? Okay, you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me, please? I want to be sure that I'm still engaging you guys. Is anyone still there? Can you connect to me? All right, thank you, Judith. All right. So an explosive bucket you can get about 500%, 600%, enormous amount of return on investment per year, right? So as allocating your money into any of these investment buckets is the very basic thing you must do. So 100% of whatever amount comes to you, 100%, you have got to be able to allocate it and split it into different percentages. So for most of us here, I think we are millennials, we are still in our 20s and 30s. So we can afford to take on more risks than people who are in their 40s. Right? We can afford to take on more risks. And that's the truth. You must have the ability to take risks. Or else your journey to financial freedom will be more slow. Right? Because how far you go is dependent on how far you are willing to go. Right? It's not a motivational statement. It's a reality statement. You know that. How far you would go in life in your journey to financial freedom, it's a matter of how far you are willing to go. At least knowing how far you're willing to go in life, right? I'm sure we get that. So putting at least, I'd recommend 10% of your income of your what's the word now? Of the remaining amount that you have put in your investment bucket as one bucket, right? The amount that you have set aside for investment. It's important that you put at least 10% into your security bucket. So you're earning 100,000 naira, then put 10,000 naira, which means you have 100,000 naira to invest per month. Then put 10,000 naira into your investment buckets. Simple, right? Just put it. Let's say every month be putting 10,000 naira. At least that's money that you can afford to fall back on if anything goes wrong with your growth bucket or your explosive bucket, right? And so you can now afford to put, I suggest here, you can put 50% into your growth bucket. So 50% of whatever amount you have to invest, you can put into your growth bucket. Your growth bucket is usually things like farm produce, shares, stocks, a bit of technical investments, real estate. Put in a lot of your amount, because putting a lot of the money that you have into those kinds of investments, putting 50% of the amount that you have set aside for investment into your growth buckets. And third, of course, you have 40% for your explosive bucket. Because so 40% of 100,000 naira would what? 40,000 naira. If you put in 40,000 naira into your explosive bucket and in a month you are told you can get an ROI, or you can get an ROI because you trade by yourself in FX or any of those kind of explosive investment schemes. If you put in 40,000 naira there, and you are told that you can make an ROI of 50,000, 200% or 300%, and 200% of 40,000 naira would be 120,000 naira. Yes, I'm correct. 200% of 40,000 naira will be 120,000 naira. 100% of 40,000 naira will be 80,000 naira, right? So, if you're told you can do that, then put in 40%. But the truth is this: there's a chance that you can also lose the money. So if you lose your 40,000 naira, at least you have 60% to fall back on your security bucket, and you have 40%, 50% from your growth bucket, which is, there's also a chance of losing your money there, but your money is also secured here, because and one of the things I would say to us here, which I think it's important I say to you at this very point, that what you call risks is what's the word now? Would I say varies? No, varies is not the word. Can somebody give me a word? what you call risk is dependent on the person. So risk is not in the product, it's in the person. How safe an investment is not dependent on the product, or it's not dependent on the investment, it's dependent on the person. So I'll give you a very practical example. If I say to you that I have an investment platform that can give you a return on investment of 60% per month, right? 60% per month if you bring 10 million naira. And I say that to you, you are seeing a guy, my name is David. And I say that to you, that I'll give you an ROI of 60% per month if you give me 10 million naira. And Bill Gates comes to say to you guys that you should give him 10 million naira per month, and he will give you a return on investment of 20% per month. Can someone just tell me in the chat section which one would you rather go for? And be honest, don't just go for what you will go for. Just don't tell me if it's not me. What would you rather go for? I want to see that in the chat section. Okay. Me telling you I'll give you 60% per month on an investment of 100,000 naira in a month, or begin saying to you guys, hey, Judith, you must like money. How will you say 60%? Interesting. Bill Gates, Anna says Bill Gates, Paul says Bill Gates. And the truth is this, even me that is giving you investments, that I'm telling you I'll give you 60%, I will go with Bill Gates. Because why? I'm told my, hello? Okay. Even me, I'll go with Bill Gates because I know the man. He has produced more results than I can produce right now. So therefore, he's, as a person, is more safe and he understands the game more than me. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I was not sure what happened exactly though. So I was saying that if Bill Gates can give you the ROI of 20%, and I'll tell you I'll give you an ROI of 60%, then you most likely will go with Bill Gates because you trust the person. You know that he understands the game better than myself. So the truth is this: the investment is not risky based on the person. Based on the investment, it's risky based on the person, right? So what I said to people, in that growth bucket, don't ever do an investment that is not insured. In the explosive buckets, you can afford to put your money in investments that are not insured. But in that good bucket, one of the most important questions you can ask is this business insured? So if you're investing in a transportation business, number one question you must ask is this investment business, is it insured? Is it covered by insurance? And if they say yes, you can now go a step higher to say, what investment company are they invested with? And like I do, I call that investment company to say, guys, so and so company say they are invested with you. Is it true? They say yes. I say to them, can you please give me the investment number? Right? And they give me the investment code. And I have it. So that in case if anything happens, I have a code I can sue these guys. Can you see by that way? When somebody is saying to me, that investment is risky, that investment is risky, because I have asked better questions than the person who is just talking emotionally, say the investment is risky, the investment is not risky. I've asked better questions. So therefore, I've reduced the level of risks in that business. Now I know that even if I don't get my profit, because I know the insurance company, I know the business is covered by insurance, I know the insurance company, I have the investment number, and I have somebody in the system, right, who I can get feedback from. Therefore, I know that at least my capital, even if my profit is not secured, right? Do you get? So my capital is secured, and that reduces the level of risks in a business. I'm not sure I really explained this concept a lot about safety and how that safety of a business or an investment is not dependent on the investment itself, actually dependent on the person. So don't ever forget that. People are scared of investing. It's not investment is not the problem. Investing is not the problem, it's you. If you don't find out, it's called due diligence. Find out if that business has it been secured? Has it been, has it been secured by an investment company? Are they actually trading in physical products? That's another thing. So when you are trading your money in a mutual fund account, by the way, mutual fund falls in the level. See, so mutual funds, for people who do mutual funds, mutual funds falls in the class of security bucket. However, it's a very risky business because people really don't understand the game between a mutual fund. Today is not the day I explain what the mutual fund is. We have used over an hour, 30 minutes. I will be about now. So about an hour plus. So we have just a few minutes to go. And so understanding what the mutual fund is, it's not for today, it's another day, right? And so investment is not dependent upon the person, upon the business, it's dependent upon you as an investor, right? So the next stage that I want to get you guys into, which is very quickly, and the last stage is very, very important, is the stage of the power of information. Sorry, the power of compounding. The power of compounding is the biggest of stages that can get you guys into. And I'm going to show you guys using this. Can you guys all see this thing I'm showing you? If you can't see it, I'd like to see your comments on it. Can you all see your money?
Small, I cannot see it. Too.
Okay, I'm going to reduce. I'm going to increase that. Can you see it now?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
so
I can see it now.
This is my all-time favorite compounding chart ever. Right? It's about 3 people who are compounding their money. Right? One person is compounding. They are all compounding at the rate of 10% per year. And what it means to compound at the rate of 10% per year is that I give you money, one, and in 1 year you give me 10%. Right? Do you understand that basic math? So I give you every year you give me 10%, 10%, 10%. And so you see these guys, and just ignore the fact that it's dollars. Right? See this guy here. It starts for 40 years, this guy is the compound at 10% per year. And this guy puts in $2,000 for the very first 8 years. 8 years. So the very first year, he puts in $2,000. They give him 10%, and he gets 2,200 naira. Because 10% of 2,000 naira or dollars is 200 naira, right? So he keeps putting 200, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 for 8 years, and it's compounding at 10 years, 10%. And at the end of the 8 years, he stops. By then, his money is actually 25,158 naira or dollars, right? And he stops then, but he still keeps the money. Still keeps the money where he still keeps the money in that same account that is compounding at 10%, right? And so you see, his money for 10%, even though he's not putting a dime, still compounding is going to 25,000, 27,000 naira, 30,000 naira, 33,000 naira, and it keeps going until 40 years. And this guy has an earnings of 515,000 naira, 515,000 naira, right? Ignore the 188. So you see that this guy stops putting money, only puts in $16,000, right? That's $2,000 for 8 years. And his earnings is $515,000, right? But this other guy, who was partying, who was spending his money on other things when this other guy was investing, the following year that this guy stops investing, this guy has stopped putting money in. Although his money is still in that account, but he has $2,000. He now keeps putting $2,000 from the 9th year for the next 32 years. So he keeps putting $2,000. It's compounding also at 10%, so he puts $2,000. This guy, by the way, the first guy has stopped putting in money, right? So for the next 32 years, this guy puts in $2,000, also compounding at 10%. And you will see that he puts in altogether $2,000 times 32 years is $64,000, right? However, his earnings is far lower than this guy that started just 8 years before him. Do you guys understand this?
Yeah.
Right? So his earning his earnings are far smaller compared to this guy that started. I will not even go into this third guy, but this guy keeps putting money for all the 40 years, and you see all that he puts in is $80,000, and his earnings is $891,000. So lights are going up. I'm sure you guys can see this on my screen. 8,901 naira, right? So the difference in these guys is that this guy here puts in $2,000 for 8 years. This other guy starts putting money when this guy stopped, and this other one continued and did not stop. Point is that compounding is, like Albert Einstein said, is the eighth wonder of the world. Are you there, guys? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Albert Einstein said that compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. So I'm saying, he says scheme that does this compound interest stuff in Nigeria, apart from MMM Sha. So MMM was not even compounding. MMM is called a Ponzi scheme. I mean, there are things that do this compounding, like simple as Piggyvest does compounding. Piggyvest compounds, Carrywise compounds, what also compounds? Treasury bills compound, bonds compound, shares compound, stocks compounds, and many other things compound, right? So trust me, I would in subsequent webinars that we offer now, we'll see how that many other things compound. So I'm sure that we all got the idea of the fact that, one, you must understand that your money is always losing value if you put your money in the bank. Two, put your money in an asset allocation that helps you mitigate against the risks. We also talked about the fact that, can we get that PDF chart? Obviously, we can. I'll send that PDF chart in the group. I'll send the PDF to everyone, so everyone will be able to get that chart every day, no problem. Am I the one talking? Is Anna that's talking? You're muted. Okay, so I'll send that chart to the group. Piggyvest, Safe Lock, Auto Save. So I'll answer a question very shortly. I just wanted you to know that. I just wanted to go over this a lot. That one, financial freedom. There are 3 stages. One is financial security. Second is financial independence. The third one is financial. Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can hear me. And the third one is financial freedom. And the number one fear of millennials is that the number one fear is never to run out of money, right? And so, guys, I'm sure that you learned something. And I just wanted to know if there's anything that you learned in this webinar. What is it that you learned? And so, like I said, I'm going to be very practical with you guys. So I'm going to show you guys something very quickly. Very quickly. I almost forgot, but thank God that I remember. Welcome, Ogatulu. It's good to see you. Sorry, I will show you guys. Give me a minute, please, Shirley. I'm going to show you something. So can you see my browser now? I'm going to show you Food Cash Network. This is an agri investment scheme that you can invest in. It's safe. I've done my due diligence. These guys, they give 90 days, they give you an ROI of 25%. They have their insurance company is ICO. I've done my own due diligence with them. You guys can do that. There are more common ones, such as, I'm sure some people will be angry right now that I'm showing you this. There are more common ones like Traffic Agri, Farm Crowdy. Maybe I should show you that guy, this one instead, and show you the ones that I make my money from. Maybe that's what I do. Why is it going? So you can see 6 months, you get 15%, 20%. This is safe. I think Traffic Agri, the insurance company is Leadway, right? So Whilst Leadway is also your partner, but it's also the insurance company. You have the insurance number. You can get the insurance number. There's also Farm Crowd. There's Farm Up. Why do I like farm investment schemes? Because they're actually investing in assets. Remember that it's safe. That's the level of security that you get. So when you invest in a company, question you should ask, is it insured? To what is the asset? What is the product? Not a money market, not like a stock or a shares or a mutual fund or an ETF. Those funds are they're money markets. That's what they're called. So they're not trading. They're just only simply trading money for money. They're not trading money against any asset, right? So the chance of losing money there is quite really high. So you see Farm Up. I'm not sure why this is not working anyway. And a couple of other ones that will interest you guys. So I think I've showed you a few. I showed you Food Cash. I think I can also show you Farm Credit, since most of us know Farm Credit. Again, nothing's as safe as this. It's so safe. Farm Crowd is so safe. Is it risky? Of course it is. But it's safe, absolutely safe. So in 6 months, we give you 10%, 12%. And honestly, I'm laughing at it because I never do Farm Crowd. But for starters, I think you can start there, right? I think you can start in that stage for starters. You would get money. So now it's time for questions. What do I need to explain more, guys? What do you guys don't understand? What do I need to explain? Ebube, Erin, Olushola, Olola, Umeji, Ayo, Paul. It's what you guys need to explain. Tell me. Comments. All right, it's time for questions. It's over an hour, 30 minutes now. Questions.
Hello, everyone. Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I hope it's not very noisy. First of all, I want to say a very, very big thank you. It's been most enriching and enlightening. It's been a great session. I'm grateful. I want to ask. I couldn't pay 100% attention because through this call I've been coming from. I just go home, but the point is, I want to ask a question on this asset allocation. The way I understood it is like a way to diversify your risk. So you want to still make sure that you have something that's secure, so that at the end of the day you will not go and cry. But these models that you would I say, permit the word, advertised, like Think Agric or Cowrywise, or I know Agro Partnership, would you put them under growth or under explosion? And why would you say that? Is it just because of the returns, or why would you say that? Why would you say whatever your answer is? Thank you.
Okay. So I'll note the question. Any other questions? So I just answer the questions at once.
So basically, the power of compoundment is about how much you can acquire from those ROIs, right?
Can you say that again?
The power of compoundment is talking about the accumulation of your ROIs over a period of time.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay, next question, please.
One is scaring me.
Next question, please. Any other person?
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Blessing.
Good evening. I don't know if I'm wrong, but having business, you mentioned Sarah Feladroto then, but I didn't really hear what you said then. You mentioned her, that she has a business, and there was a time she left for some time, and she was still able to get her income. So having a business, is it a form of investment? And if it's a form of investment, under what category does it fall into? Is it the secured bucket or what category?
Okay, okay. Any other question?
Yes, I would like to ask. Thank you for saying yes that you give us the PDF for the compounding chart. I would like to ask also if you can be kind enough to also give us a list of these of examples of broad examples of businesses that fall into these three buckets of asset allocation. Um, yeah,
Okay, okay. Any other questions?
and also I don't know. For instance, when you mentioned piggy vest, I didn't. I don't know. In my mind, I think I heard 100% annually.
Of course not.
But I don't.
Of course not.
I don't know. So I just want to. So apart from just the listing, maybe a selling point or a merit for each of those stuff, for each of those sites and classes.
All right, all right, all right.
You were also, good evening. You were
Good
also
evening.
saying something about mentioning other investment plans. They were going to show us later when we were mentioning piggy vest and treasury bills and stocks and bonds.
Okay, I think I did show you guys a few.
Yes, okay, those were what you wanted to show us.
I mean, that's what I can show you now. For now,
Okay, okay.
that's secured enough. All right, that's secured enough.
Thank you.
Okay, that because I'm sure that I'm not sure about the risks adverse that most of us are. So um, so introducing the bit of level of other investments are not something I'm sure that is safe enough for me to do right now. Okay.
Okay, thank you
Any
very
other?
much.
All right. What other questions? So I want to ask one question.
Okay,
Does
I want again. Because I'm sorry, because I've been on the move and I wasn't able to pay complete attention. Is there a way we can summarize some of these powerful nuggets? The one I heard, I put it up for everyone to see, and I think someone else did one for financial education being the but I don't know. Some of those powerful nuggets, those are strong takeaways that would influence and inform our discipline decisions for 2020. Um,
all right. I think that we can all put that on the group for those of us who are part of it. I mean, so every nugget that you get, I don't think I should be the one. So I'm sure what she does had a few things. I'm sure that a lot of major had a few things. Judy had a few things. Anna had a few things. Ewing had a few things. Blessing, Manuel, a lot of people alive today, and even below. And so, if everyone who had any few things that you did, nuggets that you just put it up on the group and share with the guys who are there. And I will be giving a very good announcement after this all that. So just stay with me and an announcement come. Let me just answer this question. First of all, asset allocation. So we talked about the three buckets. The first bucket is the bucket of security. Second bucket is growth or compounding, and third bucket is explosive. And you had asked a direct question about saying, carry wise, carry wise, what else again? Farm carry and all that. Where do you put in what buckets do you fall? And I said, I'll give you an example. The risk determines the bucket you fall, right? So if you consider piggy vest, carry wise, the is highly secure business. If you consider it, and so it's dependent upon you, it's not by definition, it's by your definition. The definition of what you consider secured. So if you consider that piggy vest is or farm crowd deal or agro partnership, farm flex, all those things as totally secured by you, then they are under the security bucket, right? But as as the level of security falls down, it now depends it determines the level of bucket or the buckets that they fall in. So for me, I consider things like farm crowding, travel as totally uh, security buckets, 10%, 20%, 15%. There are no risks. Finish. Let's say the company shuts down. I know I have my investment number. These guys will, I'll get my capital back. I know how to get my capital if I put my money there. So I don't consider it an high risk investment. I consider it what they call, and by the time we should come into that, one of the next webinars that we do is called one of the next webinars that we do that really talks about the game of money itself. Talks about the fact, the kinds of, safety of investment. So carry-wise PiggyVest falls for me into AAA, kind of, so it's highly secured. But the highest of them all that people talk about is bonds, treasury bills, and treasury bills. They're absolutely secured. The most secure person that you can lend your money to is the government. That sounds like, are you serious? The government? But they're the most secure people that you can lend your money with. You will get your money back. And that's how do you lend your money to the government? Treasury bills, bonds. Right. So find out what the bond rate is right now. And bonds, so you must really understand how bond works. Bond actually works with the interest rate. And that's something I didn't forget about, why you should never save your money. And I didn't talk about this because most of us are from Nigeria, but I will talk about this for those of you who want to get more knowledge. That you should never save your money because you also, apart from inflation, you lose your money based on taxes also. Don't talk about that. You lose your money also based on taxes. Whilst here in Nigeria, it does not affect us as much. Anna will tell you that. Other people will tell you that taxes eat a lot of money. Somebody also talked about the power of compounding. I hope I answered your question enough with regards to that asset allocation. The power of compounding, I think I answered that question also. I think I answered that question when you asked the question. Then somebody asked about Asotara being an investment. Is it a form of investment, and what form of bucket does it fall under? It's an exclusive, to be honest with you. Investment is an exclusive, this form of investment, because you can put in 200,000 naira into it and get 5 million naira, and you can put in 200,000 naira and get, that's why it's exclusive, because you can lose all the money, right? There's no guarantee that your business will succeed. I mean, there is no guarantee your business will succeed. It's exclusive, right? So, but the good thing that about doing a business of yourself, it's a form of investment. Actually, it's a form of investment, especially when you do. Oh, my voice is not really clear. Sorry. So especially when you do. African about businesses, right? That it falls in the exclusive business, and especially when your business actually has about 500 people or more, and it's built on systems and structures, not on people. So if your business is built on people, is people dependent, then your business is not regarded as a business, as a big business or a form of investment. It still falls at that S kind of quadrant, right? It does not fall in a big business. But when it's dependent upon structures and systems that can run effectively with or without you, then that's an investment, an explosive investment. So any kind of business, anyways, that you raise, it falls under explosive because you can lose your money. I mean, statistics shows out there that 1 out of 10 businesses will survive in the next 10 years. So, what are you talking about? Startups rather will survive in 10 years. So, personally, I plan to approach one of these insurance, but then some of this, okay, I will read that comment later. Then the list of investment. I'll show you a few lists of investments. I'm not going to show you anymore, but I'm going to talk about this from time to time in the group, and I'll talk about a few other things also for those who would like to have a one-on-one sort of interaction with me. So, what other questions are there? Any questions? Please do a bit of that. Do you get all that I said? So I'm trying to read your chats, ABB. Any other questions, please? Did I answer the question? Oh, Oladimiji, you're not on the group? Oh, interesting. Can the okay, Oladimiji, can you send me? Sorry, can you send me? Can you send me a WhatsApp message so that I can add you to the group? Send me a WhatsApp message because I'm not sure which Oladimiji is this, by the way. See me after a long time. Okay, anyways, guys, here's the announcement. Because I recorded this class throughout, I'm going to be uploading this webinar for you guys to watch and get those nuggets and get this principles again. Is there anybody happy about that? I just said you. So I recorded this. So you're going to be able to watch it. Trust me, it's going to be an amazing period. And going forward, this is the very beginning of many great things. So, but the concept I don't want you to ever forget is the concept of the money tree. It's the most important concept ever. Ever. Why? Because until you're grown in money tree, you can never be financially free. Simple as ABC. Thank you, Ibu, for putting up the group, the link to the group. So, Sakai, you can join that group. Thank you. By the way, Sakai is my childhood friend. Though. I didn't know you're in this group. Come on. Thank you. So, any other questions? Any other questions? I think we had about a lot of people joined in and came up and went, but I think we had about 20 people just joining this webinar. Somebody has just joined when the webinar is about to finish. Okay, Riri, you're welcome, sir. Like I said, I'll put the link to the webinar. I'll put the link to the recorded version of this webinar. Any other questions? The money tree is required to become financially free. I don't want you to ever forget that statement. The money tree required today. And one of the things that I didn't talk about is that profit has different names. So profit is called capital gains. Profit is also called royalties. Profit is called amortization. Profit is also called what's it called again? Profit is also called dividends. And profit is called different things. It depends on the investment schemes that you do. So guys, thank you for being a part of this. I'm really excited. Some people really made this happen. People like Bello, people like Anna, people like Paul. You guys made this happen. Without you guys, it's not possible. I just want to say very big thank you. Anadi, thank you. Paul, thank you. Bello, thank you. And for everyone who joined about the Make Saka. Young man, thank you very much, bro. Simi, thank you. Simi left the group actually and he joined back, so I'm proud of you, bro. Oga Ebube, thank you for always harassing me. Ulala, thank you, dear. I mean, I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for joining. Blessing, thank you. You've been a blessing to us. Emmanuel, thank you for joining. Anna, of course, again, thank you. Judith, thank you. World Changer, thank you. And so every other person who joined, because you're watching the replay, thank you very much, guys. You are amazing. I just like to say this last thing, right, guys. I'm looking for and I will put in on that link for a one-on-one private coaching with me. And that one is going to be practical. I'm not going to talk. I promise you in 1 month, you'll make your money back for whatever amount you pay for the one-on-one coaching. In 1 month. It's as simple as that. I'm not giving you stories. I'm telling you, in 1 month, you have made your money back. So, yeah, I spoke too much, and I don't really like talking. I really don't like talking. I just want to show you can make more money. That's why I gave you guys links. I gave you guys Farm Up. I gave you guys Farm Fort, Agro Partnership. I gave you guys this Cash Network. Somebody, Paul. By the way, Paul is not here. Paul, an amazing guy, but he was here shortly. Paul will say to you guys, I should never have given you those things I gave you guys. Because those are the rare ones. But guys, if I don't give, then how do I expect to receive? So I just want to say thank you. Simi, thank you once again for joining. And I'm grateful to you guys for being a part of this. Thank you. Any other questions before we sign off? Any other questions? Any other questions? Because I'm about to go off. Any other questions? I'll put up the link, Timmy. I'll put up the link in the group. I'll put up the link in the group. All right. Any other questions? Thank you guys. So go and hit your 2020 goals. Remember, power of formation, you always lose value. Money always loses value too. Asset allocation that mitigates the effect of losing money and also helps you on the upside of getting money. And I think it's power of compounding. Power of compounding, trust me, I didn't deal with it enough, but it's the most important phenomenon here. Have a good night, guys. No questions on this end. God bless you. Bye.